Anh làmไรà hả? Anh làmไร?
Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at 10 incredible human strengths caught on tape. So we're used to seeing movie characters with superpowers, but it turns out some actual human beings may have superpowers. These are times people with powers have been caught on tape. Before we begin, why not subscribe and press the notification bell? Number 10, Halo 1.38. We all know that angels have halos. Well, it turns out maybe angels aren't the only things with halos. This video is filmed in China during the Chinese New Year. A guy is walking along in a hoodie, and everything seems pretty normal. That is until a flash of light appears above his head in the shape of a halo. People around him then gasp and point in amazement and try to run after him. However, he then starts running away. They try to track him down to see his deal and how he's got a halo, but then, all of a sudden, he vanishes into thin air. And as he vanishes, the same halo from before pops up out of nowhere. The guy was never seen again, and the person filming it is very confused to this day. The guy in the hoodie seemed to be shocked when he first saw the halo, but he had some kind of power as he disappeared into thin air. Number 9, Disappearing Man 6.55. So this one was filmed in a library in Japan. The man filming and his friend witnessed the nullification, so they went over to check it out. That was when all of a sudden the man in the altercation disappeared. He vanishes into thin air, and what's more, his book drops to the ground as he disappears. Everyone crowding around is speechless and looks stunned. This was sent to the news company in Japan, and they even got witnesses. The witnesses said they have no idea what happened, and so far, this man has never been seen again. Do you think this is a real example of a man with teleportation powers? Some even believe this video could be faked. You could do this by pausing the film, having the man walk out of the frame, and then playing the film again. However, it doesn't explain how his book dropped out of thin air. And examining this clip in slow motion doesn't seem like any editing has happened. Number 8, Electric Hands 4.13. So pretty much every superhero knows they have powers. Well, it seems in this video, if the girl simply realizes that she has these powers, a girl and her friend get into an altercation with 2 men in Thailand. The men are getting very aggressive when all of a sudden, seemingly by instinct, the woman puts her hands out, the man then gets slammed into a bus and they run, away in confusion and fear. Then looks at her hands in amazement and confusion. She then turns around and a table of a market stall behind her, everyone then runs away screaming, and the girl even screams herself. She seems so scared and her friend, who she was defending in the first place, even runs away from her. It does seem like we just witnessed a superhero realizing her powers. This is one very mysterious and amazing video. Number 7, Woolwalker 0.3. So the video took place in 2016 in America. The video is from a security camera outside of a convenience store. It all looks pretty normal, and you can see a homeless guy camping outside the door. It's nighttime in the store, but for some reason, this guy simply walks through the wall. The homeless man is stunned and the camera malfunctions. The date seems to flicker between 2016 and 2019. So maybe this guy has electric powers. Another reason why people think he has some telekinetic or electric powers is that the lights inside the store flicker on and off when he goes in there. He then leaves the same way he came in by walking through the wall. The homeless man is stunned, and not much is known about the clip. The store owner simply released it and asked people what they thought was going on. Number 6, Teleporting Girl 12.54. The road surveillance video filmed in an unknown country shows something very mysterious. A woman walks out in front of 2 cars. She goes past one of them, but then it appears the second one is about to hit her just as it curves inches away. Though she teleports to the other side of the road, this is a very short clip and there's not much information about this clip online. The girl teleported to the person in the car who was stunned and waited for a moment, and then they drove off. This was a very close call, but perhaps the girl knew this would happen, and she was trying out her new powers. Could this be someone discovering brand new powers, or maybe just testing out old ones? Number 5, Water Walker 9.38. So this video is very mysterious and unexplained, and it might give you chills. We all know that walking on water is a miracle ever since biblical times. It's gone down as one of the most amazing feats anyone could ever do. However, we all know that it's pretty much impossible for the average Joe to do this. One man captured a figure walking across the water. The man is a mysterious dark figure who can't be made out from far away. However, he's walking on water. Somehow, some people thought this video was faked. and the guy who made it simply overlaid the guy walking onto some water. However, that doesn't make sense as the guy approaches some water birds and they fly away. So the guy was there in the video, and this hasn't been edited. Number 4, Mind Control 2.49. So this video was filmed by a store security guard in Japan. It shows women doing a mundane activity like shopping, but she has superpowers. This video may prove that we have superhumans among us. She's walking around doing her shopping normally. Suddenly she reaches up to grab something from a high shelf, and the back of her hoodie glows. You may think maybe she just has the light up hoodie, but later in the video she sees the shopping cart almost hit a young girl. However, she stops it simply by moving her hand. She seems to have some kind of telekinetic power as the shopping cart moves with her hand. Is it just a bunch of coincidences, or is this woman a superhuman? Her hoodie could have had lights in it, but how do you explain the shopping cart? Number 3, Real Wolverine 11.07. So we all know that superheroes like the Wolverine are fictional. They're in movies and comic books, but they're not real things. Well, according to this video, perhaps they're based on a true story. This footage comes from a security camera in a hospital in Russia. The man walks into his doctor's office, hangs up his jacket and tilts. He has a problem. The doctor then says, "Let me see what your problem is." That was when all of a sudden, blades came out of the man's hands. The doctor then runs away in horror, screaming in fright. I'm pretty sure doctors aren't supposed to do that when you show them a problem, but I guess this is a rare case. This seems real due to this woman's crazy reaction, or perhaps this is something else. But it does seem real, as the reactions are so genuine. Number 2, Rickshaw Saver 8.11. So in India, one of the main ways to get around is by rickshaw. Well, one night in India, at an intersection, a rickshaw had a truck almost collided. In the surveillance video, it looks like the truck is about to hit the rickshaw, but then all of a sudden there's a flash of light. The rickshaw then appears to end up on the other side of the road, and the truck comes to a stop, but by the rickshaw is a mysterious man dressed in dark clothing. The truck driver gets out of his vehicle completely confused about what just happened. Thankfully, the guy's okay, but it's very, very confusing, and the guy in the rickshaw even looks kinda scared by the guy who just saved his life. But seriously, how did the dark figure know this would happen? And how did he manage to teleport the rickshaw away from the truck to save the guy's life? This video is very confusing and scary, but it does show that some people with superpowers seem to be using them for good. Number 1, Telekinetic Office Worker 14.13. This office never gets boring because it appears that one woman who works in the office has telekinetic abilities. The video shows a meeting between 2 women and their male colleagues. They're talking as normal when the woman suddenly decides to show off a trick. She opens the palm of her hand and then uses her mind to sight her colleague's phone off the table. Her 2 colleagues are completely stumped after that. The woman explains how she did her trick now. Unfortunately, the security camera didn't have microphones, so we can't know how she did this, but many people online claim she has superpowers. So that's all about the video. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more.